Most traders lose money, and it's not always because of their strategy. Sometimes it's because they choose the wrong broker. And today I'm going to give you the exact checklist that I've used and taught hundreds of traders to use for vetting a trustworthy broker. So let's get straight into it. The very first thing you want to check when choosing a broker is regulation. If your broker isn't regulated in a top tier jurisdiction, then you are likely to play with fire. Look for brokers regulated by the FCA if you live in the UK, the ASIC if you live in Australia, the CYSEC if you live in Europe, or the CFTC or the NFA if you're in the US. If the broker is regulated by those, it's going to be legit. If they say they're offshore only, that's a massive red flag. You wouldn't hand your money to a stranger in an alley, so don't do it here either. Number 2 is segregated client funds. You want your capital ring-fenced. That means your money is held separately from the broker's operational accounts. If they go bust, then your funds are protected. And while you're at it, make sure that they offer negative balance protection. You shouldn't owe any money beyond your deposit. Number 3 is transparent fees and spreads. This is a big one. If you can't clearly see what they're charging, run. You want tight spreads, known commissions, no weird withdrawal fees. And more importantly, you want clearly disclosed overnight swap fees. If it feels shady, it probably is. Number 4 is another big one, and that is execution quality, especially if you're day trading. Check if they offer ECN or STP execution, no dealing desk, and that reduces the chance of manipulation. You want fast order fills with minimal slippage, even during volatile moves. Number 5 is platform compatibility. If the broker doesn't work with your trading system, your edge will get destroyed. Make sure they support platforms like MetaTrader, TradingView, or CTrader. And if you use automation or backtesting, those tools will need to be supported too. Tip number 6 is low minimums with flexibility. A good broker doesn't force you to start with a large deposit. You should be able to test the waters with micro lots or mini lots. And when it's time to withdraw, there shouldn't be any penalties and they should not have any resistance. As simple as that. Tip 7 is reputation and support. Right? Check independent reviews, Forex Peace Army, MyFXBook, Trustpilot. Don't just read the 5-star reviews, read the 1-star reviews too. And if something goes wrong with your broker or your trading, how quickly can you really reach a member of staff? How quickly can you reach support? If you're stuck in a live trade and no one responds, then that's not just frustrating, that is very expensive. And here's a little bonus. Don't get emotional about brokers. Your edge doesn't come from the broker, it comes from your system, your process, your mindset. If your broker stops meeting the standard, then switch. Loyalty to a platform won't pay your bills. All right, here's a few really pro tips before we wrap this up. The first one is, I often use multiple brokers for different strategies. And you should always test with a small live account before going all in. And if you're with a prop firm as well, vet their broker too. The second pro tip is if you go onto tradingview.com and you look at the brokers that you can choose from integrated with that platform, they've done a lot of due diligence already for you. So the chances are, if you're looking for a broker to start with, a lot of the brokers in that section, you're not going to go far wrong. And I use Trade Nation, as you guys know. The reason I use those is because they're a very reputable broker and they have fixed spreads, which is really important to me. And the last pro tip is if you want a guide and a tool to go and analyze brokers, I actually went and done a test, an experiment using all of these points that I've just been over. And I went and put 6 brokers to the test. I showed you the whole process and I built a scoring tool which you can go and download now to go and analyze brokers for yourself, so that when you go to open a broker, you're really well informed and you've got a great mindset going in with it. I'll put a link to that video up here, so go and check that out. I'll also put the link in the description. If you found this valuable and you think other people need to hear this, please share it with people. This is one of the most common questions that I get. And drop a comment below with your broker. Any brokers you've had problems with, any brokers that you haven't had problems with. Let the community know. Let's all help each other here. So I appreciate all the comments. Until next time, I'll see you in the next one.